Hi everyone and welcome, my name is Dora and today I'm filming my second update to pan those eyeshadows. So here's the color story that I've been working on, 6 shades there, 1 from a focus palette, and yes, pans have been hit. So we'll be rolling in a few more shades today, and I'm also going to be sharing my pan percentage with you at the end of the video. I think I forgot to do that in my last update, but I will have the figures for both January and February. Yes. All right, let's move into it. So I have again put them into order from least to most amount of uses. So that top shade here is Talent. It comes from the Revolution palette called Forever Limitless Nude Rain. I only rolled it in my last update, and this is sitting at 11 uses. So let me show you. So here's that shade right there. I'm quite confident that I can hit this for the next update. Only 11 uses, and I think there's like quite a nice bit of disturbance going on already. So yeah, and I'm really into this shade, so happy. The next shade here is from my focus palette, and it's the shade called Exoplanet. This has been in here since the intro. I'm only at 11 total uses, and this is the shade right here. I feel like there's some kind of hard pan situation going on. The shade only really seems to be picking up from like this bit, but then what's under here is like hard pans. I'm wondering whether to just scrape that off and see how we go. But yeah, let's just move on. All right, the third shade here is called Wild, and it comes from my Berry M Black Cherry palette. And I've used this shade 13 times, and we do have pan. Look at that. I'm so happy. Yeah. One more shade is gonna come in. So yeah, this one is gone. All right, let's move on to the next one. This shade is called Dazed, and it comes from my Revolution New Neutral Blushed palette. Here it is. I have used this shade 14 times. This shade has also been in here since the intro, like the previous one, Wild as well. And look at Dazed, we have pan. I did mention in the last video as well that this was in here last year for 15 uses. And I've managed to hit pan on the shade right next to it within 14 uses. So yeah, that's just how it is though, right? Even though they're both shimmers, they're not the same formula. Okay. Let's move on. So this shade here is called Off the Grid, and it's from the BH Cosmetics Do Not Disturb palette. Here's the palette. I have used this shade a total of 25 times. So I had 10 uses on it previously, but there's still no pan. A nice dip. Doesn't look like I used it 25 times. It looks like I maybe used it 15 times. So quite a slow burner, but I really like this shade. I feel like in this swatch particularly, maybe because I put like hand oil on, the purple is coming out a bit more. I think in the previous ones it looked more pink. I love this shade a lot. I'm not upset that I haven't hit pan yet, because I can continue to use it. And the final shade here is from the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, and it's the shade Hot Mess. I am sitting at 29 uses right now. I had 19 uses in the last update, so another 10 on top. And to be honest with you, it looks exactly the same as it did in the last update. There's just really not much to see here. But it is the only matte in here, and yeah, I feel like I quite enjoy working on this. I may kick it out at some point before I hit pan. Hopefully not. Right, and since I also veto 1 shade each month, I am going to be rolling in 3 new shades right now. But the one that I have decided to veto this month is Exoplanet here, the one that's got a bit of hard pan. I'm getting rid of that one. We're rolling in a new shade. Why don't we start with that, shall we? No. Let's do the whole collection ones first, because I kind of want to know what's going to happen before I make a decision on one of these. Potentially skip if they're too similar. That makes sense, right? Okay, so I'm going to be randomizing one shade between 2 and 373, not two shades between 2 and 373. There you go. Come on. All right, so 295. This is the Revolution Pro Rockstar Noir Edition palette, and the shade is Bold. Okay, here's the palette. Also, in case you're wondering, like, I had to take off my cardigan. It's way too warm now. It's nice though. I'm really excited. It's feeling very springy here, and I'm very happy about that. Okay, this is the palette. I'm gonna have to remove this. But let's look for Bold first. There is no shade called Bold. Maybe I used like this, what it's written here, and Bold. The only thing that looks like Bold is the shade Solar. But anyway, I think this is the one that it is. We're gonna go with it. Or is that perhaps too similar to Hot Mess? It is, isn't it? I'm gonna swatch it still, because why not? All right, here's a terrible swatch of that. I think that's far too similar. I'm gonna take that off. We're gonna re-roll. Sorry, that was very, very, very confusing. But here we are. Okay. Next shade, or first one, whatever. 87, okay. Oh, I'm so happy, but then at the same time, I'm now a bit like scared because I think, oh, again, too similar. I'm just have a lot of pinkish leaning shades, it seems. Okay, this is my one single eyeshadow by Kiko Milano. I called it like a berry shimmer. It's just shade 16, no name as such. I'm gonna go and grab it, swatch it, and hopefully it's not too similar to that. I do think it's gonna be deeper. Ooh, let's hope so. Okay, so here's that single. Oh, it's very nice. I do like the texture of it a lot. Oh, why? Okay, let's put that here. This one seems more pink, but again, I think they're just too similar. What? That would have been so good because this is the category single eyeshadow. I want to get rid of it. It's part of my no buy project pan where I've got 10 different categories. So that would have been cool to at least, you know, get like a nice head start on finishing the actual shadow. But not at this point. Let's keep going. Okay. 208, right. Revolution Pro New Neutral Luxe Shadows palette, and the shade is Golden. Okay, but yeah, let's remember that these three are moving out, so it's really those pinks, and so a gold is like fair game. It's a pressed glitter. Oh. I think I'm gonna do this. Bit mad, I've never panned or hit pan even on a pressed glitter. But I like the idea of it. And if it's like super lame, I can veto it next month, right? And I really do like wearing a pressed glitter. In fact, yep. Why not? Just a little effect, why not? Just anything that sort of, you know, distracts from the situation on my chin here, hormonal stuff. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Yeah, if, you know, not just because it's super fun, but I also think it would be interesting, like an interesting experiment to actually see, can I hit pan in a pressed glitter? And like I say, if it's super annoying, then I'm going to veto it next month or the month after. Okay. Okay, that's one down, 2 to go. Next shade, 103. Revolution Chilled Palette, and the shade is called Plant. So it's gonna be a green shade, more than fair game. I think, yeah, let's like introduce a different color into this. I think that'd be good. Okay, so here's the palette, and we're looking for Plant. And it's this shade here, so a matte deep green. Okay, and here's a swatch of that. I'm gonna take the challenge. I think it would be quite fun. Yeah, even though it's looking a little bit Christmassy. But then again, you know, we're heading into spring. I'm doing a lot more walks these days. Just, you know, seeing nature waking up from its sleep slowly at the minute. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go for this one. I don't know if I can hit pan on it. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a tiny little imprint on there. Maybe if I focus on that and I'm a little bit closer on the pan, we shall see. Yes, okay. I think what I'm gonna do now is swatch the 5 shades that are remaining here, and then it will be a lot easier to pick the last one from my focus palette. I am not going to obviously do Intention, Rubble or Constellation, which I've already got pan, and I'm also not going to do Light. Okay. 7. All right. So skipping over Light, that's 1. Skipping over that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, yes, yes. This is good. This is very good. I was secretly hoping I'd get Apocalyptic at some point soon. Sooner rather than later, because I do need to hit some more pans in here. It's a very deep and shimmery brown. I like it. Not necessarily with this green one, but I think I might do like a smoky eye with it on its own. And then possibly even like using some of the darker, deeper shades I've got in my Pan That palette, both the palettes. I think it could also look really nice with like the pink one, or just, you know, outer corner, that kind of thing. Maybe even like lower lash line. I don't know. I'm really happy that this is coming in because I need some motivation with this palette. And yeah, not much happening. Where was it? Exoplanet. Yeah, I was kind of like already thinking, should I just chuck it and get rid of it? But no, the ones that I like and the ones that are still like in good shape. This is obviously a very old palette. I say very old. 3, maximum 4 years, so not super old. Yeah, I still want to use the ones that I like. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Here's my new color story. Okay, interesting. Seasonally wise, I'm confused. I'm as confused as you are. I think so is the weather, but hey. And if you remember, this was my old color story, so very neutral and pink heavy. And now we've got a bit more of a different flavor coming in, and I'm super happy about that. Yeah, very excited. Okay, wish me luck. I hope we can see 1 or 2 pans in the next update. Please. Guess what I forgot to film? My pan percentage. So, okay. Right. Let me move to this different tab here. Okay, so I forgot to update you on that. Last month I was at 416 total eyeshadows. 19 of them with pan, and my pan percentage was at 4.6. Now in the intro, I was at 326 eyeshadows, 10 of them with pan, and the pan percentage was at 3.1%. I wanted to, I said in the intro, that I was hoping to get to 10% by the end of the year. Now, today, I'm at 5.3% pan percentage. I'm so happy, so I'm halfway there. Although not really, I was already at 3, but it seems like I'm halfway there. So still the same amount of total shadows, 416, but because I hit those 2 pans here and then 1 more pan in another project, eyeshadow, I'm at 22 shadows with pan, which is 5.3%. So yeah, didn't want to let you go without telling you that. Thanks again for watching and take care.